A beloved middle school principal, the first victim of the coronavirus in McLennan County. Students, parents, and teachers are now mourning his death. Continuing our team coverage on the coronavirus pandemic, today we begin in Waco.
And that's where heartbreaking news has shaken the community after G.W. Carver Middle School principal Philip Perry has died from COVID-19. 25 News reporter Dennis Turner has reaction and a look at the chances of the virus further spreading. Dennis?
The sudden death of G.W. Carver principal Philip Perry came as a shock to everyone, especially in this neighborhood here in East Waco where he served. The news broke during a Waco City Council meeting this morning, making for the city's very first coronavirus death. And it also came just a day after we found out about Mr. Perry's diagnosis and illness. Friends and family call Philip Perry a man who lived the mission of No Child Left Behind. They say he served as stepdad, uncle, and friend to hundreds of children. His sudden death from the coronavirus shocked many. He had just helped prepare education packets for students, donning a mask and gloves like all the others at the Waco ISD administration building. And while some might worry about the spread of the virus from that work, a Waco ISD spokesman repeated all participants wore masks and gloves, and the education packets sat quarantined for 3 days before going home to students, a move thought to kill any viruses. Philip Perry ascended to the principal's job at G.W. Carver Middle School just last year and continued working until showing symptoms and his diagnosis. Waco ISD Superintendent Dr. Susan KINCANNON said Mr. Perry and his family went public with his diagnosis out of concern for his many friends and co-workers.
The family was provided us with permission to share this information so that we can make sure that our staff and our families have all the information that they need.
And right now, health district workers are busy tracking down everyone that Mr. Perry was in contact with in every place he's been. Now, coming up at 6 on 25 News, what about those education packets? We'll dive deeper into the precautions taken to help make them safe to go home. But what about getting them back? More about that coming up at 6. For now, we are live in East Waco. Dennis Turner, 25 News.
Dennis, thank you. Waco ISD Superintendent Dr. Susan KINCANNON says anyone who's been in close contact with Perry since March 20th should notify their healthcare provider. The district also has a COVID-19 public information line, and that number is 254-750-1890.